Hello guys, welcome back. In today's video we are talking about JSON Web Tokens. So before we start looking at some of the concepts, we are going to take a look at the demo, right? So basically, as you can see, we have an insecure code over here. There is a few things that we need to talk about before we do the demo here in the mobile application, right? So first we have a mock database over here. This is just fake data, and the password, remember, it has to be encrypted, right? This is a simple demo, so we are not encrypting it. So we have the secret. It's easy to guess. As you can see, the string has to be longer and hard to guess. Then we have a login. The login is basically returning one user from our fake database, right? And if everything goes well, we are going to generate a JSON Web Token, right? As you can see, there is another error here. There is no expiration, there is no issuer, and also we have the role included in the JSON Web Token, right? And that shouldn't be included in there, right? And then we are using the secret to protect it in a way, and then we are sending this to the front end, right? And then we have the admin route, which basically it's requesting a token, and if there is no token, basically we are returning this message to the front end, right? And if everything is okay, we are going to decode the token with the token that we just get and the secret, right? And this shouldn't be included in this file, because if someone has access to it, they can basically manipulate all the tokens, right? This has to be included in the environment variable. And as you can see, this is the problem too, right? We are including the role in the token, and we are checking here if the user has admin privilege, right? If they do, they will have access to the admin information, right? Let's take a look at the demo. As you can see, this is the mobile application, and in the mobile application, basically we just have a home screen, and on the home screen we are basically explaining what this application is for, right? Please don't use this in production. This is just for demo purpose. So let's take a look at the JSON Web Token. As you can see, it's very simple. And let's get a token. Okay, we got the token. Now let's manipulate this token, and you will see what I'm talking about when this secret word or a string, it's easy to guess, right? So now let's go over here. As you can see, this is just a website. There is not a fancy hacking tool. Let's paste our token there. As you can see, we have the role as user there, and here let's clear this, and let's use the secret, right? Secret 1 2 3, right? Now as you can see, we validate the token. If we modify this token, as you can see, we can find all the information here, and we change this. Notice here our token will change. So let's add admin there. So now we are adding admin there. Let's copy that, and let's take a look here. Let's paste that token there, and as you can see, now we have a token that has the keyword admin there as a role, right? And we are supposed to see now this information, right? Let's take a look at this. As you can see, now we have access to the admin data, which it shouldn't happen. So now let's take a look at some of the concept, and then we are going to take a look at how to fix that. So the first thing that we need to understand is that what is a JSON Web Token? First, a JSON Web Token, it is a digital ID card. When you log in, the server gives you a signed token, as we saw in the demo, right? And your app sends the token with every request to prove your identity. So if the server trusted, you get access to anything. So, but there is a problem. The server must verify it correctly. So, right, basically, the JSON Web Tokens is not encrypted. As you can see, you just need, or one thing that is protecting it is a secret, right? The secret string. Anyone can read what's inside. The only thing that is protecting it is the signature, which is basically the secret keyword. If the secret used to sign it is weak, anyone can generate its own token, right, and take advantage of it, right? So now, common JSON Web Token security mistakes. So basically, using a weak secret like secret 1 2 3, as we saw in the demo, that's not a very secure. The other thing is we don't add expiration. We need to add that to secure our token. And then basically trusting the role inside the token without verifying permission. That's a really bad practice when it comes to security, right? And the last one, not validating who issued the token, right? We need to verify that. So now what attackers can do, first, you log in and get the token as we saw in the demo. Then you modified it. We added the admin there. And then since the secret it's weak, we can resign the token and validate it. And now the server believes that we are an admin, right? As we saw on the demo, right? So now how we can fix it? There's a few things that we can do. The secret has to be a strong or large string, and it has to be stored in the environmental variable file, right? Set the expiration, also validate the issuer and the audience, and never trust the role blindly, right? We're gonna refresh this so we can start all fresh, and then let me run the other server. Let me stop this server and let me run it in here in this terminal. First, let me open a terminal here. Okay. And then we are going to clean this, and we are going to npm run, and then we are gonna dev JSON Web Token, and you will find that information here, right? Basically, we need to run this, and it's fixed, right? And that file is over here, basically. And we are gonna compare those two files to see what the fix was. But basically now we have access to the fixed code, right? So now let's go to the demo and demonstrate what happened, right? First thing that we did, let me put this side by side. Before we continue with the code and reviewing it together, first thing, you see the secret, it's stored here in the code base, right? The first thing that you have to do is include this in the environmental variable, right? We are doing it here, right? And then that's the one thing. The second thing, the issuer and the audience, right? This can be here in the code base, but I like always to put them in here. The issuer, it's basically the name of the app, can be, and the audience is the package, right? It depends what are you building, right? In my case, I'm building a mobile application, so I will add the bundle identifier over here, right? That's one thing. Let me minimize this. Let me make it this smaller for now, so we can take a look at the code. So the first thing, we are gonna add another user, and then basically the token comes from our environment variable, the issuer and the audience as well. And we are generating the code. We are adding algorithm HS256 and the expiration time or date, right? In this case, it will be minutes, right? 15 minutes. And later on, maybe we'll look at the access token versus refresh token. Probably that will be in the next video. But as you can see here, we are generating the token. We are adding the issuer. We are adding the issuer. We are adding the audience, and we are adding the JSON Web Token secret, right? And that makes our JSON Web Token more secure than it was before. As you can see over here, we are including the role, right? Which it shouldn't be included there. And then we have this middleware, right? Which basically is checking, right? And verifying our token, right? And if you saw our previous video, basically I explained what a middleware is, but for those who hasn't seen the video, the middleware is basically a function that that you put in front of a route that you want to make sure has the right authorization to access to that data, right? And as you can see here, I won't explain it because I explained this in the previous video, but very quickly, we are getting the token from the authorization. We are getting the headers, and if the token start with a verb, a keyword, basically we are going to slice that and just getting just that token, right? And we are gonna verify that, and we need the algorithm, which is defined over here. That's how we generate the token and sign it. And we need the issuer, it has to be the same, and the audience, right? All of that make it more secure already, right? And we are adding a reference object over here with a token, and basically here it's what we have over here, right? It's a login with the email and password, and we are returning the user, right, with the signed token, right? And basically to sign the token, we are just choosing the ID, right? The user ID, and we are returning the token basically. Let's try that out and see how that works, right? Let me minimize this. And one more thing I wanted to mention is the admin role basically has the authorization based on the server side and the user role, not the token role. As you can see, this is the user role over here, right? This has an admin role, and this has a normal user role. No, like here that we include the role, right? That make it more secure. And as you can see here, the role comes from the user, not from the token, right? Decoded token, basically. And basically, let's run this test. As you can see over here, this is our more secure token. We can copy and try to do the same, but as you can see here, the secret keyword is a little bit large. And let's take a look at if we can actually modify this, right? Okay, let's paste this code over here, and let's try it. You see the signature, it's incorrect. Let's try to copy and see what we can do with it, if we can hack into this. So let's paste that. Okay, we validate it, okay? And now we go here, and let's try to, as you can see, this is the data, our package, but there is no role, right? We cannot do anything here. Even if we add the role here, we are gonna fail this. You will see here. Let's add the role here. Let's add, we have a role here like before. Let's try to do what we did before, right? And here we are gonna add admin, right? And it's generating as a new token, right? Let's try to do this. And now let's paste it here. Oop, my bad, not there, but here. Let's paste it that. As you can see, we have the new token. Oh, we're getting an error, right? Basically our token and our authorization, authentication, it's more secure than before, right? So let's log out. Can I log out here? And now let's try to log in with the admin user, right? So let's let me see, can I delete it? Yeah, let's try to, just the admin will have access to it because it's based on the role, right? And this user doesn't have admin privilege, right? So let's go to admin test.com, and the password will be admin. Let me admin 1 2 3 4. Yeah, as you can see, you have the token. Now you are you are basically the admin, right? Because we are signing with the right credential, right? And we can hold our admin. And basically that's what a JSON Web Token is. If you remember one thing from this video, just remember this, right? The token has to be stored in the environment variable file, and it has to be a long string, so it's hard to guess. That's the first thing. Please include the issuer too and the audience, right? That makes our token more secure. One more thing, remember to add the expiration day and time. You can add days, but it's better to add just the time. In this case, it's 15 minutes. Later on, maybe we will take a look at the access token versus refresh token that make our application even more secure. And we had the algorithm, right? It is very important to add there. And of course, you are signing the token with this information, right? And basically, when you decode it, you add the same thing over here. This has to match with what you added over here, right? And the second thing, roles. The roles never never include the roles in the JSON Web Token. The roles has to be based on the user role over here in your database. In this case, it's just a fake database. And of course, remember to encrypt your password, right? Remember, this is just a demo, just to demonstrate how to secure our applications in the backend with JSON Web Token, right? And the admin role, as you can see over here, it comes from the user role, right? Over here. And that's it, guys. I think that's all. I hope you like it. Please subscribe and like, that helps me a lot. And see you in the next video, guys. Thank you so much.